All right, buckle up, everybody, because we are diving deep into ChatGPT today.
That's right.
And you've clearly been doing your homework. You've got your complete guide to using ChatGPT and this intriguing little file here, steps to complete book.txt. So it sounds to me like somebody's thinking about joining the AI author revolution, and
Yeah.
we're going to unpack what this tech can really do
Yeah.
and how I could help you, maybe even help you publish a book, no matter your experience level.
Yeah, and I think what's really exciting here is you've got both the theory and the potential action plan. We can go from understanding this really powerful AI to actually using it to put your work out
I
there.
love that. All right. But let's start with the basics. Everyone and their grandmother's talking about ChatGPT these days.
Mm.
But it's not just another chatbot, is it? I
Right.
feel like I need a decoder ring just to understand half the articles I see online.
You're right to be skeptical of the hype for sure. One thing that the complete guide really tries to hit home is that ChatGPT is different. It's about generating human-like text, not just spitting out pre-programmed responses.
Okay, so how does it do that? What makes it so different?
It all comes down to this idea, and it's a mouthful, a generative pre-trained transformer. But basically, imagine feeding a computer every book, article, and website imaginable. We're talking massive amounts of data, right?
Yeah.
And then it uses that data to learn the patterns of human language, like how we structure sentences, paragraphs, even the nuances of different writing
But it's
styles.
like it learned to write by reading everything ever written.
Exactly. That's why it's so different from, those clunky customer service chatbots we've all encountered? This isn't just keyword matching. ChatGPT has trained on so much data that it can actually mimic human writing with impressive accuracy.
That's kind of blowing my mind. But why? Why should I care? What's the big deal here?
Well, think about tasks that normally need a human touch. So, drafting marketing copy, brainstorming new ideas, or even just getting a helpful answer to a complicated question. ChatGPT can be trained to assist with all of that, which is kind of a game changer for how we work and create.
Speaking of creative applications, the guide mentions some pretty wild examples. Do you remember reading about those AI-powered games like AI Dungeon,
Oh,
where you
yeah.
basically get to co-author an adventure story with the AI?
That's a great example of how this technology is pushing boundaries. It's not just about writing emails or articles anymore. Imagine learning history by playing a game where you advise Cleopatra. Or debating ethical dilemmas in a virtual world shaped by your choices. That's the power of this technology.
It's pretty wild. Okay, this is where I always get tripped up, you know. It's all very future is now, but like, how do I actually use this thing? I'm not exactly,
Yeah.
a tech wizard over here.
That's what's so cool about it. The complete guide actually does a really good job of showing you don't need to be a coding genius to use this thing.
Okay, good. Give me the easy button option first.
Okay, so OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, they offer what they call pre-built APIs. And you can think of it like ordering takeout, right?
Okay.
You get a delicious meal. You don't need to be a chef.
Right.
You're basically plugging into their system and using their version of ChatGPT.
So I just tell OpenAI, like, hey, this is what I want ChatGPT to do.
Oh.
They kind of handle the techie behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, you got it. Of course, like ordering takeout, there might be limitations. The guide mentions potential costs, usage limits, which makes sense.
Sure. Got to keep
Like,
things fair for everyone. Okay, so what about that other option? Building your own ChatGPT instance.
right.
That sounds a bit more my speed. Maybe.
That's more like building your dream kitchen from scratch. So
Yeah.
total control. But it requires more expertise, obviously. The complete guide mentions needing cloud resources, which is essentially like computing power online to handle running your own ChatGPT.
Okay, so more flexibility, but also like a bigger learning curve. The guide talks about choosing between these options. Is there like a clear winner or?
It really boils down to your specific needs and tech skills, as the guide points out. If you're just starting out, OpenAI's pre-built APIs are the way to go. It's quick, it's easy, you can start experimenting right away. But for those with very specific needs, like custom training data or something, building your own instance gives you that granular control, even if it's a bit more challenging.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's say I've got my ChatGPT takeout or my custom-built kitchen ready to go. What's next? I don't want to be stuck just microwaving frozen dinners with this thing. I want to be like a ChatGPT master chef here.
I love the enthusiasm. And you're right, the complete guide is full of useful tips and tricks for beginners. It all starts with crafting a great prompt. Think of it like giving ChatGPT clear instructions. You know what they say, garbage in, garbage out.
So the clearer I am about what I want, the better the results I'm going to get.
Absolutely. The more specific and detailed your instructions, the better ChatGPT can understand and fulfill your request. The guide also mentions tweaking parameters like text length and something called temperature.
Temperature. Is ChatGPT going to tell me to grab a jacket or something?
Not quite. Think of temperature as a creativity dial. So, low temperature gives you predictable, on-topic text, like a diligent assistant. High temperature is like having a brainstorming partner, ready to throw out wild and unexpected ideas.
Okay, that's a much better analogy. But why would I want ChatGPT to go off script, though? Isn't the goal to get, reliable, accurate output?
Here's where it gets interesting. Sometimes a little unpredictability can be a good thing. Imagine being stuck on a creative project. A higher temperature might help ChatGPT generate an idea you'd never come up with on your own.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's about finding that balance between
Yeah.
predictable output and kind of giving ChatGPT the freedom to be creative.
Exactly. It's like any tool. Understanding its strengths and limitations is key to using it effectively. And the complete guide really drives this point home, reminding us that we're in the driver's seat. And sometimes the most groundbreaking results come from embracing a little bit of that AI magic.
This is mind-blowing. Okay, so we've covered what ChatGPT is, how to access it, how to kind of speak its language with prompts and parameters.
Yeah.
But let's get to the part I think you're clearly excited about. Using ChatGPT to actually write a book. That's where this steps to complete book.txt file comes in, right? You know me, always thinking about the end game here. And this steps to complete book.txt file. This seems like our treasure map. First stop, Amazon account. Pretty standard, right?
It's the gateway to the self-publishing world, right? And
Yeah.
it's interesting how the document even emphasizes that, even for AI-assisted books. It's a good reminder that you're still the author calling the shots.
Right. ChatGPT might be the super smart assistant, but I'm the one stewing the ship. Okay. So Amazon login check. What's next on our quest to published author?
Formatting, my friend. Often overlooked, but so crucial. The document lists the usual suspects, Word docs, EPUBs, PDFs. Luckily, Amazon's pretty flexible on that front, which is great news for aspiring authors.
Less time battling tech, more time for the fun stuff. Although I bet with the right prompts, ChatGPT could even help with formatting, right?
Hold your horses. We'll save the the advanced ChatGPT skills for another deep dive. Let's stick to this roadmap for now. So you've got your formatted masterpiece. Now it's time to venture into the world of Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. Or KDP, as the cool kids call it.
Okay. KDP. Sounds like the launch pad for sending our book into the Amazon stratosphere, so it seems pretty straightforward from here. Create an account, upload the book, set a price, boom, instant bestseller, right?
If only it were that simple. The steps to complete book.txt file, it kind of skims over some of the finer points, like setting the right price, for instance. That's a delicate balance. Too high, you might scare readers off. Too low, and they might question the quality.
So many decisions. No wonder authors practically survive on coffee. Anything else the file kind of glosses over that we should maybe mention?
Yeah, marketing. That's the real challenge.
Give
The
it a
document does mention, promoting your book. But that's a whole other deep dive waiting to happen. Getting your book noticed. In that sea of titles on Amazon. That's where the real work begins.
There it is, the reality check.
Yeah.
So it's not just about ChatGPT magically churning out a bestseller. There's still that hustle involved.
Always. But that's what's so exciting about AI tools like ChatGPT. They can help us work smarter, not harder. Like the document says, self-publishing can be challenging, but it's also more attainable than ever before, thanks in part to these incredible technologies.
That is a fantastic point to wrap up on, I think. We've gone from zero to ChatGPT heroes in this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've explored what this AI is, how to access it, how to kind of make it dance with the right prompts, and even touched on that journey of becoming a published author.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a final thought to ponder. And this is something I was thinking about as I was reading through the complete guide.
Mm-hmm.
If ChatGPT assists in writing your book, who truly owns it? Is it you? Is it the AI? Or is it a bit of both? Something to consider as you embark on your own writing adventure.